welcome to the Politricks watch. This is RP. Today we're looking at the agent that was recruited by your favorite artist, Vybz Kartel, aka the World Sprat, and his legal team to bribe the other jurors for a not guilty verdict. Because that's what innocent people do, right? Bribe jurors, right? Forget a not guilty verdict. And then complain about fair trial. The name of that agent is Livingston Cain. He was convicted for this. The jury foreman, which was a woman, I guess you could say that jury forewoman, reported him, even recorded him. We have the recordings. Yes, today you're going to hear it. Special shout out to the FKA and the rest of the Gaza fan base who we know is in the house. They remind me of the Pitbull. Large, imposing, but really not that smart. This is why their own leader said this about them.
So why did you say a cake up then? You say a cake up just for the fun night?
Yeah, because I know people are going to buy into it. Remember, you know, people are like sheep, you know, and I am the shepherd, you know. They're easy for the lead. And then they're easy for the lead. It's so easy, it's like, it's hilarious. Because you say cakes up, everybody take it up. Oh, cakes up, this cakes up, right? Every day upon Watagon, Vybz Kartel and cakes up.
Yeah.
Every day upon all of the video program. Vybz Kartel and cakes up. So when me just do know, cool, I'm you see the cakes up. It's more fame, more money for Vybz Kartel. And it's like, them not see what I want, because me telling you what me I do now, and them read it, them still are going to be who them is the next day. When you do something, them are going to buy into it again. Yeah. And the concept are going to go over and over and over again, because that is what people are.
Them say the World Sprat innocent, and I set him up and I get a fair trial. Him and him legal team, right, and them try pervert the course of justice. The team of lawyers where him and him convicts them, recruit. Really a World Sprat lawyer them. Even though them claim say this one is for that defendant and a World Sprat lawyer them. I am recruit one of them. I am spend all of the money upon the lawyer team. Right? They were working in his interest. But whatever happened to him, happened to the rest of them. The lawyers who we know play a major role in a crime in Ireland. If you listen to the speech by Nayib Bukele, right, check it out on YouTube, you hear him mention one of the biggest things him do to curb the El Salvador murder rate. Wasn't just to lock up 87, but how them actually start show up the judges and the lawyers. That was a key part in a freedom fight against crime. When Ireland start do that, we'll have a start to really fix on crime. As I said, the lawyers played a huge role in all of this. These legal vermins sabotage the case, and now they're before their master in London saying trial wasn't fair anymore, justice. The legal team, one bag of lawyer, consisted of some of the people who you'll hear them name from time to time. A team consisting of some of Jamaica's most vile and barefaced lawyers, people like Kamika Harris, Pierre Rogers, and Miguel Lauren, cannot forget, Tom Tavares-Finson, aka the president of the Jamaican Senate, aka Jim Brown innocent and alone, aka Jim Brown another, aka Dark father-in-law. Me already telling to them use them squad links to tamper with the phone after it was submitted to evidence. So I could take phone calls, woman and all kind of thing. But that there's no way that could ever help the prosecution. Right? I'm gonna say if the Gaza fans them have sense, them that say this. And get something straight here. Don't think they actually believe World Sprat innocent. They just want him back on the road because entertainment come first. Right? I know enough of them slow, right? But a big portion of them actually know who the World Sprat is, and when they just want back them artists to make more tune. But the whole tamper the phone thing, that was just the start. As I said, luckily for you, I wasn't around when this case I go down. So the narrative was set by the vloggers from them time than the mainstream media, quote unquote journalists. Right? The narrative was set from them, and enough talking points people repeat now was set from them. For example, the ridiculous one about World Sprat did they have a hospital when time the killing a go down. And the phone show said him did have No dummy. That's after him get bite, right, from the dog or try catch the witness. Then them go hospital afterwards, right? How the time? Who told you the exact time when time them kill Lizard? Where did you find that time? Who gave you that time? And by the way, who never said Lizard not dead? So, him for the hospital and Lizard dead, and Lizard not dead, according to him. People are ridiculous. As a matter of fact, I retract my earlier statements comparing Gaza fans to Pitbull. That is an insult to the Pitbull, who is way more intelligent. There were 12 jurors at first. By the end of the decision, right, it was down to 11. 10 guilty and 1 not guilty. Down to 11? What happened? The 12th juror was a woman. She had a son that was in jail. Same time as the world spread them. Then go find out, say, the woman, son. And again, how would they know this? Who is passing this information to them? They're just in jail, and then they suddenly find out, say, one of the juror them, right, have a son in a jail too. Who that wrote, I look on jury name, and I know which jury this and which jury that, I know say son in jail. Well, as I said, them find out, say, the woman have a son in a jail. World spread them, go to the youth in jail and threaten him. When she got there, the woman became paranoid because all kind of threats talk about. They make her son know, say, if this not happen, that gonna happen. The son tell back the mother, and the mother basically tell the court, say she can't proceed because right now she's afraid, shaking. Because that's what innocent people do, right? Threaten the son of a juror to turn the verdict in a them favor. So the courts agree, make her go on. The defense never objected to this. The defense never objected. You're not going to realize that the defense never objected enough to it because they realized it would help them down the road. It would benefit them in the future. So I'm telling them that the 11 will remain. It was 10 say guilty and 1 say not guilty. Right. The one person who voted not guilty was Livingston Cain. Perfect name for such a treacherous man. Remember the story about Cain and Abel? And the right name is brother of, you know. Remember how Cain killed Abel? Well, this Cain was able to make a clear-cut murder case to get tied up in technicalities. This is the key personnel in all of this. Livingston Cain. What a name. What a shame. A shame that so many Jamaicans are screaming out free world spread and then complain about crime and complain about murders. The society and the culture that's civic. Right. Don't think that because you have the numbers or you have the crowd that doesn't make it accurate. Remember, I'm telling you already. People are given a choice. Who don't want their brother at 87 and them say give you the 87. And kill their brother over there. So. Remember that story there? You back in the day? Cain started off by telling the rest of the jury them say they must vote for him to be jury foreman. He wanted to be the foreman. When it was time, all the other 11 voted for the woman who would end up becoming the foreman. The same person he would end up trying to bribe. After every session in court, Cain would repeat the same thing. Him now send nobody got a prison card. The man might entertain and them this and them that. Him no want to hear nothing. I say him go a juror who's supposed to be sitting there listening to evidence and this. I say him in the business. When time I ask him the Cain, what do you think about this? I call this something. In the business, him now send the man gone to prison. We now know, and it was known then, that Cain had an interaction with the lawyer when he named Pierre Rogers. I mean, meet up outside the court. When this was brought up, Rogers dismissed it as a chance encounter and said, right, him basically tell him to go away once him realized that the person was a juror on the case. Once him realized he's been looking at Cain the whole trial. Pierre Rogers. Was he French? Oui, oui. Salut. Well, Iron Man needs to say au revoir to some of these demon lawyers. I'm telling you, they're a serious part of the problem. So now the trial, I get closer and closer to an end. By this point, it turned into a big circus. Even people like Busta Rhymes start show up. People say, this is going to go on, that is going to go on, once this happen, So now the trial had draw close to an end. He started to approach the other jurors them to make them say not guilty. The foreman became aware of this. Decided to say when him approach her, she gonna make sure record it. Yes. Record it. Because of course I'm gonna say lie them a tell, nothing no go so. Worse of the worst part case, I go hear see them a try to tell lie upon the man through the man wants to say yo. Here are the recordings, the same one them, where it come back to haunt Livingston Cain.
I want to say this to you now.
Okay.
You know, to be honest, I'm depending on you.
To the what?
Because you is a lady with great influence over Sylvia. You have a lot of influence. And I can say that. And
I see. So you want me to influence them to let them on them?
yeah.
Okay.
And after,
Mhm.
and you and I talk.
Okay.
I don't have anything more to say to you.
Someone must influence them to let them on them and they will talk. I don't understand that piece there.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying that it's alleged that someone is dead.
Mhm.
Let us give them the benefit of the doubt.
Mhm.
You know, we love the good Lord give us life.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the Bible said we must all give.
Mhm.
We don't forget.
Mhm.
We must forgive.
Mhm.
Now, you have the power. I can see you have the power.
I don't know what kind of power you're talking about, you know.
You have the touch. You have the touch. You touch.
Mr. Cain, me, just a regular girl, will love make people laugh. It's not a matter of having a touch.
And if you notice, if you really notice, the cases that are not coming to you too, are not coming to you even too.
Come, we're going to go in. We're going to go in. You see what you're doing? I'm not a man. Alright. Make it sit. Yeah, man. Come on, use the bathroom, man. Come on, use the bathroom. Really? I've been thinking about it. If I convince them.
You know, you're not going to lunch and you tell me. I give you
No, I can't leave here. Okay. Somebody's supposed to come drop out something for me.
Okay, go ahead.
If I convince them to
Yeah.
release these men, I'm not going to say to them that you asked me to do so or anything like that. What is in it for me, Mr. Cain?
You have a pen on you?
No.
You need to have a pen.
Sure.
Tell me. Tell me.
In terms of?
You just tell me.
Honestly,
Okay.
you come to me with something,
Okay.
right? We're having a conversation.
Okay, ask me again.
We're not putting a pen
Understand.
because we're not putting on in writing.
500,000.
500,000. Where you going to get 500,000 from, Mr. Cain? And you always say you don't have no money.
Yeah, I always say that, yes. True.
Mhm.
You always give me money.
True. 500,000. So that would, is it a case where we're letting off one person or all of them?
All of it. All of it.
There's 100,000 per head.
Yeah.
When will that be paid out, Mr. Cain?
Following day or this evening.
Now ramp with me, no?
Right away. You get it right away.
Where are you going to get it from to give it to me right away,
The
Mr.
tool
Cain?
is you have a 24 hour, yeah. We have 24 hours.
Mr. Cain, not play with me, no?
I never did that before. No.
Where you live, Mr. Cain?
Where I live?
Yes.
I'm going to let you know.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Not play with me, no?
I never do that. That's why I don't go over talking.
If I convince these people to release these men on your account,
I give you 500,000.
you'll give me 500,000.
500,000. Cross my hand.
All right. We have a deal? All right.
Do you think a juror are gonna take up $500,000 of him own money for go and go bribe other juror them? You think a juror is taking $500,000 of fee owner money to go say, hey, hold this. Say not guilty. After this, the foreman went to the clerk of court. Say, we have evidence. So there's a juror who's trying to bribe people if they're not guilty to free the world spread. And him co-accused at the time. The clerk of court linked the judge. Tell the judge are going. They were all summoned to the judge's chambers. What is going on here? Everybody in there, the foreman, the DPP, right, defense lawyers. When them here were going, the defense team was disgusted. They couldn't believe it. Recordings. He make her record him. What a fool. Of course he's a fool. But he was the best available fool at the time. And plus, it's not like take out the phone and put it in front of him. Right? She just have her phone there and he may realize they might get recorded. The defense team had a look of shock on their faces. This was supposed to be it. Because them know say, them know about the money. Them know it reach him and them know what was supposed to happen. But instead, the foreman stood 10 toes down. Turned down $500,000. They weren't expecting that. Remember I say inflation, you know. So $500,000 them time they are more than $500,000 now. Now if I want to take $5,000, they are not guilty. The judge then asked them, like how you said this brother you're tainted. We can do this or we can do this. We can get rid of the jury and start a new jury. We can do all a new trial. 1-1. The defense team said, no man, we're good man. At the least that me J. The DPP say, well them good, me good. Defense say, well DPP good, we good. Both sides agreed to make the trial continue and the verdict go on. They all agreed if the defense team did find out, say there was a juror trying to pay money to get a guilty verdict, Jamaica would have turned upside down. That would have been the biggest story in the whole country. Instead, them say, alright, know yourself, man. Make it go on, man. At the least, man. People was he didn't get no fair trial. That's how he would have gotten an unfair trial. If juror go on and say, yo, see some money here, right? Say guilty. That is how you set up somebody. That is how you would set up an innocent man. With a guilty man, you have to go and pay a man to say not guilty. I'm telling you, the Malinois is smarter than the Gaza fan in them. I shouldn't even disrespect that wonderful dog comparing him to that crowd. You think that you're the end of it? Them the case the juror tried pay a man to say guilty. Them did know, the lawyer them know, Tom Tavares and co did know. So this would be in their favor in the long run. Their agent, right, would help them any way you take it. If the jury take the bribe, that means that the case win. If the jury don't take the bribe, it would still be a technicality that would give them a chance of getting some kind of bus case later on down the road. Them agree to make the case go on, defense and prosecution. The verdict came back 10-1. They already knew Cain was going to say not guilty. He attacked the jury foreman. It was other jurors them who saved her. Police came in. Them even tell the police them say have 2 phones. Make sure say well on the 2 of them because he's been speaking to the lawyers them. Police them well on him and only held on to 1 phone. Cain was arrested and the foreman went from juror to being on the witness protection program. At one point, she did an interview with the Gleaner, CMA-C4 did, talk to TVJ. And the response from Tom Tavares-Finson showed me that this man is a special type of devil. He said, how can they speak to her? I thought she was like gone forever and lost, like him to know how witness protection program work. Like somebody can contact a media, or contact a journalist, or contact a YouTuber. while being on the program. The fact that Tavares-Finson have a place on the Senate is astounding. A Senate, by the way, that is illegitimate and undemocratic in its very nature, because they can veto laws that were agreed upon by the elected members. This came from the original British system. The British then abandoned that system, right, and prevented senators from blocking things passed by the MPs. Jamaica held on to it. Not only is he a member of the Senate, this man is the president of the Senate. Tavares-Finson said, it's been 10 years Royal Spread wait to get justice. Spratt is the one who must get justice, yes sir? Check out Tavares-Finson, strategically spread out in front of this art of... Look at the paintings behind Tavares-Finson. You think it's by chance he makes sure to take this picture in front of this? You down, Tavares-Finson? The Jamaican people tell Tavares-Finson say he's invited to the cookout? And that's what people say. You're invited to the cookout, Tom, because you're cool. Look at the drawings behind him. Strategically placed there. Look at Tom spread out on the couch, looking like some old colonial governor. Yo, Cindy Breakspear, come get your man. Seriously. Tom, what are you doing? Whatever message you're trying to send, you're saying innocent. Message is not sending. The esophagus is not esophaging. Look at him sprawled out on this couch, looking like some old 14th century governor. Right. Working on behalf of His Majesty. Some artwork behind him of some black people in robes and... Cindy Breakspear, come get your man. Come get your hobby. Right. In case you don't know, this is Cindy Breakspear's hobby. I don't know if some kind of divorce going on, I don't know about, but as far as I'm aware, Cindy Breakspear hobby this time. I am running after Bob drop out. Right. This is Leah's dad. Junior Gang stepdad. Tom Tavares, Dog Paw's father-in-law. Ex-father-in-law, you know Dog Paw did. I'm going to show you that Tom Tavares them did want this from day one. He said, look on your screen, he said they never want a retrial because it take too long. It's not take too long because they can't win a retrial. They could not discredit the witness. Therefore, they had to rely on technicalities. A retrial was alright, since a jury had the problem, and this had the problem, get rid of it and do a next one, Royal Spread, done. Listen to what him say. This is not the worst outcome. When Royal Spread lose the first appeal, Tom Tavares then did glad. See it up on your screen. He wanted it to go to the Privy Council because they knew that's where they can go play upon the technicalities they engineer themselves. Pierre Rogers, I meet up with Juror. They knew this could come back and help them in the future. This is not the worst outcome, getting the case turned down at the appeal court because they can go Privy Council because they know how Privy Council work. Tom Tavares and his crew knew it would have been an issue from day one. If they wanted a fair trial, they would have said trial can't proceed from day one. The moment them find out about Livingston Cain, they may have said, well, trial can't proceed. But they not gonna say that because Livingston Cain a for them agent. They agreed to continue. The Privy Council ain't nothing more than a place to get cases thrown out on technicality. It does not investigate nothing. It don't arrest. It don't prosecute. Right? There is zero chance that any of Jamaica's corrupt judges or lawyers will get investigated and prosecuted by the Privy Council. That's why they love it. If the Privy Council come out tomorrow morning and say, you know what, we are going to start investigating Jamaican judges and lawyers ourselves and looking up the money trail and where the money come from, they would all say, get rid of the Privy Council. These are talking points that the more educated Jamaicans learn in the institutions where they are recruited to be house Negroes, and then they pass it down to Jamaicans through the various platforms, the mainstream media, social media, etc. The lesser educated Jamaican, aka the field Negro, then follows what them hear from the house Negro and say, yeah man, a true man, we need to keep the Privy Council, dog, because we can get more justice. More justice from your colonizer doesn't make sense. If the Privy Council was a threat to the Jamaican establishment and the Jamaican elites, it would have been the first thing them get rid of. They kept it because it does not arrest, it does not prosecute, it does not investigate, it does nothing more than look and kiss and say, well, this document never filed over here, so throw back case. In the whole world, there's only a small group of countries dumb enough to keep the Privy Council. Remember me telling you about one video I got where I got offend the whole of Jamaica? All man said they like look YouTube, I got stop. That video. I was debating dropping it today or another day, but I'm going to drop the one today and drop that one day. Probably next Sunday. Anyway, back to the World Sprat and his legal team. The loopholes in the Jamaican system can only be changed by Jamaicans. But they don't want to change the loopholes. They don't want to fix the loopholes. They want to keep them. Tom Tavares-Finson to defend gunman so much his daughter grew up and fell in love with one. The laws of attraction are undefeated. This legal team knew from day one what was going on with Livingston Cain. But fair trial. If the Sprat wanted a fair trial, he shouldn't have made his links tamper with evidence and bribe jurors. I know what you're thinking. Yo, that's me hating a little YouTuber. I take that as a compliment. When a society as acidic as Jamaica tell me say them hate me, I take that as a compliment. That's like Kelly Rowland telling me, look YouTuber, you're handsome. I take that as a compliment of the highest order. Tell your favorite Gaza vlogger, keep up. I heard the World Sprat have 1 million fans that say free World Sprat. Man, I say, yo, so much people can't wrong. You sure about that? Remember, the people were given the choice. Who you want free? Them say free the 87. Jamaica is a highly acidic society. People have a problem with crime. People only have a problem with crime and murder when somebody who them like get murdered. Highly acidic. From uptown to downtown to round town. From the doctor to the lawyer. To the man who don't even have no work. Acidic culture. Of course they would say free World Sprat is the epitome of what they stand for. A highly acidic crook who eviscerated every drop of melanin from his skin. The thing they hate the most. They hate themselves. Of course, World Sprat to them God. Jamaica have the most churches per square mile. We must be talking about the church of the saints of the Latter-day Sprat. That is who they worship. So when people tell me, you are the most despised because you fight against Kartel, put a smile on my face. Check the scoreboard, PIA we up. If you think this video is serious, wait till you see the one where I call quote unquote justice. Justice from my colonizer. Only one group of people on earth would ever say they demand and expect justice from their former colonizer. And that's the group of people who are foolish enough. That's the group of people who live in the country that top the murder rate. Over 180 countries in this world. And I'm going to see how look a bit of them fool enough to utter those words. Just self-hating acidic people. Make me sick. Hit the dislike button. PIA we up. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. PIA don't know more life. Fulter squad, stay circling. Bless.